Touch one, touch all. One Africa, one nation. Ooh, that's what it's about. We want to welcome everyone here to the Sunday rallies that are sponsored and brought to you by the International People's Democratic Uhuru Movement. We're located at 4101 West Florissant on the corner of West Florissant on Alice. So if you're online and you got time to come by, you're in the city of St. Louis, we'll be here till 5 o'clock. We want to appreciate everyone for being here in attendance. And we say Aquaba, and we want to say that that's a Kiswahili word, which means welcome. And you are in the Aquaba Hall, so everyone is always welcome. Quick housekeeping notes to my right, you have restrooms. So either one of the doors, if you need to use the restroom, you can do that. And we have people coming in as we speak. The International People's Democratic Uhuru Movement was formed in 1991 in the city of Chicago. And it was formed by the African People's Socialist Party, who is the leading organization of the Uhuru movement, of which we have more than 50 some institutions inside of that movement that are all led by the African People's Socialist Party under the leadership of Chairman Omali Yeshitela, who is the chairman of the Uhuru movement, the African People's Socialist Party. And also we recognize the fact that Deputy Chair Ona Zane Yeshitela, who leads all the work for economic development in the Uhuru movement, and who has put together this magnificent Uhuru House. And I say it all the time, and I think I continue to say it, this place was nowhere like it was when the Uhuru movement got it. Believe you me when I say that. So before we move further into the program, we just want to recognize that if you online and you want to know more about the International People's Democratic Uhuru Movement, you can go to InPDUM.org/. You can find out some more information, or you can always come by Aquaba Hall or the Uhuru House. Once again, we're located at 4101 West Florissant, and you can find out more information. Before we go further into our program, we're going to ask everyone to please stand, and we're going to sing the African Nation Fight song. You'll find it on the board. For those who are in the audience, you will be able to go read the board, and those of you who are online, you can read along with us and join us in the African Nation Fight song. Uhuru.
Africa, we are winning. Shout Uhuru for our freedom. We are winning. We'll dance and sing songs when revolution's won. We are winning. Africa's best daughters and sons. We are winning. Long live the liberation of our African nation. Freedom through organization. Socialist world our creation. 1 billion strong, yes, we are one. We are winning. Red, black, and green for you and me. We are winning. Won't stop the fight till we are free. We are winning. African workers, we must unite. We are winning. Against white power, the parasite. We are winning. Long live the liberation of our African nation. Freedom, organization, socialism.
Our creation.
1 billion strong,
Yes, we are one. We are
We will rejoice when the colonizers stand. They die. We are winning. Long live the liberation of our African nation. Freedom, organization, socialist world, our creation. 1 billion strong, yes, we are one. We are winning. Fight like Fanny and Malcolm. We are winning. Remember our struggle, always be true.
We are
From Harlem to Brazil to Tanzania, we are winning. We fight and live for a free Africa. We are winning. Long live the liberation of our African nation. Freedom, organization, socialist world, our creation. 1 billion strong, yes, we are one. We are winning. Patrice Lumumba's life won't be in vain. We are winning. Keep up the work in Marcus Garvey's name. We are winning. Independent and free is what we will be. We are winning. Africa will bask in our victory. We are winning. Long live the liberation of our African nation.
organization, socialist world, our creation. 1 billion strong, yes, we are one. We are winning. We are winning. We are winning. Fist up! Fist up! One nation! That's what it's about. 1 billion strong. Yes, we are one. We are winning. And that should say a lot because the African population is actually more than 1 billion people. Closer to 2 billion people in the world we are as a people. And once we recognize that mightily organized, the game is over. And over in our favor. So we have political education coming up, but before we have our political education, we wanted to recognize a couple of freedom fighters who have died in the area. One I'll bring up first is in the local area, Prince Carter. Prince Carter was a friend of the movement. Prince Carter, as you can see him standing in front of his restaurant, that's the building is still there, located on 2700 Union. Prince Carter got politically activated in the St. Louis community around 1995, 1996, when his nephew was shot by a St. Louis police officer in the back, and the son died in his father's arm. Thereafter, Prince Carter said that he's going to dedicate his life to overturning the contradiction, and he had worked with that diligently. Of course, he was an entrepreneur and had his own building, restaurant, and he also was a member of our community. He supported us, and he was one of the ones who, as we had a protest to the mayor debate, he went down to the, where was that? Harris-Stowe State Community College, and he had the one sign up that walked around and said, "What happened to the Black community?" or "What about the Black community?" Talking to Jones, what's her name? Jones. Yeah, that's it. Tashara Jones at the time. And the same thing, the question is, what about the Black community to the current mayor, Kara Crine Spencer? We know that ain't changed yet. We know that part of this fight back is in response to what the tornado has done to the community and also the lack of response by city government. And we know that most recently, I'm sorry, I'm ahead of myself. There's one more recognition that we want to shout out. Some of you may not know this, but those who are in the Uhuru movement do recognize and know Comrade Sayuro, who he was a volunteer for the Uhuru movement. He was an InPDUM member. He's also a party member. He passed most recently, and a lot of his work is surrounded by work that he did in Chicago and what he did in Michigan. And as a young man, he was a member of the Panthers. And he also did a lot of local work in the Midwest area. He was a local politician, but he also kept politicians' feet to the fire. And he had a wealth of information, and he was just an avid supporter. And he was a great volunteer with the Black Power Blueprint. With the Burning Spear Media. And he also was a member of the Black is Back Coalition for Social Justice, Peace, and Reparations. So for the two of them, we want to say long live. Thank you, and Uhuru. So we wanted to appreciate those comrades for that. And since I jumped ahead of myself, I want to go back a little bit. We do recognize that we are still talking about fight back. And when we say fist up, right there, that's what we mean. You got your fist up, it might look good, but fight back. So that means that we want to have our people organized. We want to have our people politically clear and conscious. And we want to have our people involved in the work, of which the Uhuru movement and everyone in this room that I know of has been doing some work. I want to give one shout out. I was told just during the program that we had some people who had came in, maybe thinking that this was a block party. They was just a little bit ready. They was in advance, you understand? The block party is going to be next week, you understand? So that's August the 2nd. So this is a preliminary tour that they got their matching shirts on, they pink and everything. Y'all going to Six Flags. But anyway, if you don't know, you should know. But anyway, we want to appreciate that. And we thank you for coming out anyway. And we hope that you will be engaged, inspired, and pick up the call, join the organization, one of the organizations that the Uhuru movement got. And if you are a part of an organization, great, let's work together and build this thing. So we know that once again, we are still talking about the fight back. And we want to make it clear that a lot of people do not know that there are still resources available. So for those of you online, those of you in the audience, and if you're catching this online and don't know, you still have time. And we can talk about this a little bit later, but I want to put this out there before you right now. There is time until August the 11th for people to apply for FEMA money. This money is your money. It's the money that they have available for you. The process may be a little bit daunting, but you maybe can call us and we can give you some guidance. You can call us at 314-380-8016, and someone should be able to tell you some information about that. You can either go to Black Power, pardon me, everything's Black Power, so no matter. Black Power Blueprint is what I want to say. Their website, and there's information there. And of course, you can always check out InPDUM.org and find out some of the resources, and even the Shady City Hall, they got some resources. They got some things, but there's information out there. There's resources for you. So right now, people can get up to $44,000 for their property. It will be incremental. So when you apply one time, you may get a chunk of change, maybe $7,500, depends, in the assessments. And it's open for 2 years or so. So even if you apply for it, and you need to apply for that before August 11th, please. If you lost a dog, a cat, whatever, if your property, you own it, you got the resources and the money is out there for you. So we're going to have political education, and political education helps us to deepen our understanding of the Uhuru movement, where we are, and how we move from a political and ideological perspective. So the local president of the International People's Democratic Uhuru Movement, Conrad Westbrook, will come up and lead us on the political education, which comes from the 14-point platform of the African People's Socialist Party, Uhuru. That's one.
That's all. Uhuru. And like a comrade eloquently said, we are still in the fight back. We are still in the fight back. Therefore, we must act as such. Okay, now I got myself situated. Today we will be dealing with point number 7, Uhuru, Conrad. Point number 7 out of the 14-point platform. Uhuru, if y'all was able to get a program, y'all should have the 7 point on the back of it, so y'all could be able to follow along with us. Uhuru?
Oh, thank you.
Uhuru. We want complete amnesty for all African political prisoners and prisoners of war from U.S. prisons or their immediate release to any friendly country which will accept them and give them political asylum. Uhuru? Can I do that again? If anyone know me, I love to repeat myself. We want complete amnesty for all African political prisoners and prisoners of war from these U.S. prisoners and their immediate release to any friendly country which will accept them and give them political asylum. We believe that the U.S. prisoners are also used as illegitimate tools for torturing, murdering, and holding capture those courageous daughters and sons of Africa. Uhuru, I'm moving too fast. Somebody told me. Make it plain. But we believe that all these prisons in the U.S. are also the illegitimate tools and torturing murder, and holding captures those courageous daughters and sons of Africa, who through their patriotic deeds or their spoken or written words in support of the cause of our liberation have become political prisoners and prisoners of war. We believe, along with the majority of the people of the world, that this is the duty of the colonized and the enslaved to resist slavery and colonialism and fight for socialism. And those who do so are patriots, heroes, and heroes, and should be held in the highest esteem. Uhuru? We believe that all African political prisoners and prisoners of war must be freed from the U.S. prisons and released to a country that would give them political asylum. What this president of y'all is doing with this illegal deportations of the indigenous folks, if he wants something to do, let me give you a little advice. Stop giving your friends, what you call that? Stop giving your friends these, not asylum, what you call that? Pardon. Stop pardoning your friends. Thank you. Stop pardoning your friends. And stop pardoning these folks from this hip hop community that destroying our people. You know what I'm talking about? If you're going to pardon folks, pardon every African that's in these prisons, these concentration camps, we call it. And since you want to release folks up out of this country, hell, start with them. Release all these folks up out of these jails and release them to a country that will accept them and give them political asylum. We believe that African prisoners and prisoners of war are courageous sons and daughters of Africa who have struggled for the freedom of our liberation. And that's why they're there. That's why they're there. Believe you me, if we was busy tainting our people, I love you, Carly Red. Let's Carly Red, Sexy Red. I love you, Sexy Red. I love you, Sexy Red, but I'm not trying to come against you. But as long as you sound like Sexy Red, they're going to give you the airway. As long as you sound like Sexy Red, you're going to be free to do whatever you want to do. But when you stand up with a voice, like Chairman Marley used to tell it in the Uhuru 3, they send the weight of the FBI at you. Just so they can lock you up in these concentration camps. We believe, like I said, everyone should be released Because if they don't release, guess what? They gonna die at the hands of these so-and-sos. I know me and Conrad from Nina, president of Nina, was fortunate. I don't want to say fortunate. Unfortunately, we was spoke yesterday at the release balloon release, and it was just a sad scene to see. You know, when we first went down there, and I'd be quick. When we first went down there, these people already suffered by the hands of the DOC, but they were scared. They just wanted to be peaceful. They were scared to set up shop across the street. When we pulled up, everybody was setting up shop at City Hall, and we asked, "Wait, don't y'all want to?" And a few of them, even the mother, said, "Well, we want to, but we just don't want to cause no trouble. We don't want no problems." And it's unfortunately how they can kill you dead and have you scared to raise your voice. No, no. We want the immediate release of all our courageous brothers and sisters from this concentration camp. Because we know from 2020, it's been what? 36 deaths? I got it down somewhere, y'all. Yeah, from 2020, 36 deaths. And since 18 deaths since 20.
Every year, somebody.
Every year. Every year. Every year. But make a long story short, when we gonna get them up out of office? When we gonna get your sheriff out of office who kind of down there run that, your mayors out of office who condone that shit, and not only that, when we gonna give the system the hell they deserve? Amen. We still down there 45 days, 3 months later, still begging for our money. We still begging for our people to be safe under y'all watch. But do you hear what I'm saying? We begging. We got the power to not necessarily beg. So after I finish this political education, we're gonna talk more on how we can organize the people and get our job done. Uhuru. But it is our duty to struggle against slavery, colonialism, and to fight for our liberation and socialism. Those who do so is patriots and heroines and heroes of the movement. Uhuru. This is where we need all your attention, because we're going to ask some questions, and we want y'all to be able to answer some questions. Is that okay with you guys? Okay. We starting with question number 1. Who are political prisoners? Is it those locked up for being members of the Democratic Party? That's A. Is it B, African fighters, African fighting for African liberation? Is it C, those given early release? Or D, none of the above? Who is political prisoners? What y'all say?
B.
Okay. I thought I heard B.
I did too.
Oh, it's like, oh, we way off with B. Exactly. So we're gonna do this again. You heard me? We heard B for everybody, but the next few questions we gonna raise your hands because we do got prizes to give, okay? So since everybody said B, whoever come get this, I ain't gonna be mad. Matter of fact, I'll come get it to you. Be able to get it. What I'm giving out is what we believe. 14 points that the African People's Socialist Party has put out there in 1981, September 6th to be exact. But this is the 14-point platform that we go about, that we want and believe. Uhuru? Question number 2. What is the duty of colonizers? What is the duty of the colonized African people? Is it A, to pledge allegiance to the African flag? My fault, my glasses. I need glasses, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. Y'all gotta excuse me, y'all. To pledge allegiance, that should have been the answer, huh? To pledge allegiance to the American flag, A. B, to go to church every Sunday. C, to get a better job. And whoever got the answer, raise their hand. Or D, to resist colonialism and fight for socialism. Lonnie. D. Okay. Right. I mean, y'all just whispering, like y'all scared. I mean, y'all not gonna get in. Uhuru. I'm gonna come up with a third question. You understand what I'm saying? What is the job of an African? Is it our job to beg and seek the city and the state for help? Or is it our job to demand change and raise hell to the state? A or B? Hands up. What is it? Right, raise hell and demand. Uhuru. So I did good, y'all. I didn't hold y'all for an hour and a half doing the political education. So I appreciate y'all.
Oh, we appreciate that.
So I appreciate y'all joining in. Next week we will be dealing with point. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Well, they say you go in, there's no glass, you can't see the outside, it just, when they put you in behind the steel, it's just nothing but steel, there's no glasses for you to see the prisoners outside.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Can you repeat what you just said in front of this ask what you just asked in front of this mic so whoever on can hear you? Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Let us know what you're talking about.
Someone brought to my attention about a prison, I think it's on Tucker, that their building said it's longer than a block long. And the building is black, I think it says police, it says police on it, and they say they're building it for, you already know who, so I'll leave it alone. But anyway, when you go inside these cells, there is no glass where you can see the prisoners on the outside, there's no windows for you to see the outside, so you can't tell day from night. Once you go in there, you just say.
Yes, ma'am. And unfortunately, what you just described is a concentration camp.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a back and forth between your former mayor and your present mayor with the workhouse issue. You know, the workhouse located in Baden, a few blocks from where I'm at. They put a few $1 million in the workhouse to AC, etc. Just a year later to shut it down. You know, that's a waste of our money. But then you had Chichara Jones, that dilapidated spot, she offered up that to be a homeless shelter for the homeless. You know, but then you have this mayor now that said, no, it should be shut down. I don't care how much taxpayer money we wasted. You know, it should be torn down. Now, that being said, in the same process while they entertain entertaining this conversation for us, what should happen to the workhouse, like you said, they building this concentration camp. Now, the crazy thing about it, you have the old city jail, you had the old, not the old city jail, but the old police station that's off of Tucker you know, and Market by this on the other side of the city hall, and they call themselves building a new jail off Olive. But the crazy thing about it, this concentration camp that they put up on Tucker, we know who that's for. That's for our youth. That's for our youth because they keep saying let's make downtown safe. No, we say let's make the west side and the north side safe. And let's start by rebuilding it. Let's start by correcting these potholes, etc. But yes, you know, for a while, they steady taking things from the youth so they won't have nothing productive to do. So if you don't have nothing productive to do, you have certain incidents on Washington Avenue. But because we know this colonialism, because we know it's capitalist system that's they trying to protect, they will build a concentration camp right adjacent to Washington, the channel of people too, just to keep capitalism happy, just to keep the business folks down there or the folks who own the lofts, just to keep money flowing. You know, so yeah, I'm glad you was able to speak about that. You know what I'm talking about? Because unfortunately, this is what we have. But like our comrade said, this is a fight back. This is a fight back. And I guess I feel to say this in my turning back over? Yeah. So make a long story short, this fight back is not just allocated towards the city for what they doing with this lack of response for the tornado. You know, it's what they doing. We're gonna have a discussion, open up for discussion in a minute. And I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. But make a long story short, it's not just a fight back against the tornado. You know what I'm talking about? It's a fight back against how the stands they taking against our youth. You know, this open air study with the Pirago folks, a lot of folks got killed. You know, they paying these folks out in the county, Bristol and St. Anne area, but they refuse to pay the folks in Piragos in the city. That's a fight that we got to stand. And they steady, you know what they say, 4,500 gallons of acid was just spilled by Bowens. Bones.
And they mixing it with the landfill.
That's what I'm saying. This is by the landfill. But ain't nobody talking about that. So this is the fight that they steady. This is the fight that they steady perpetrating upon us. So when you getting upset about that anger is justified. So I should see you and a whole lot of yous back next week so we can organize and direct our anger justly. Uhuru.
Right. Appreciate it. Get the discussion going on that. That's serious stuff. We need that. Yeah, Uhuru want to appreciate that because we need some discussion. And you know, I want to appreciate that. So you try to get that 30 minutes in there, didn't you? Yes, you did. So, comrades, I would be remiss, and I do apologize. I should have even mentioned this a little bit sooner, but it's never too late. You know, 3 years ago in 2022, July 9th, 29th, the Uhuru movement came under attack by the FBI, the Department of Justice. So in the city of St. Louis, where Chairman Omali Yeshitela lives, and our solidarity forces on the north and the south side, you dig that now. They came at pre-dawn, and we're going to show a little clip, a 3-minute video clip of what we have been showing. But before we go there, I just want to give it a little context, and we'll see it, and we can come back and we'll be able to discuss that even later. This is the attack that the pigs did on us is an example of what we do when we fight back. Fighting back against their form of oppression and everything that they did to us as a result of the institution of slavery, colonialism. They didn't like what the Uhuru movement doing. They don't like the fact that we can build up a community from the ground up. You understand? They don't like that we can give a vision to the people, something tangible in a real way. So we, like I said, I didn't want that to go. And we do have at least one member of the Uhuru 3 that is here. So we know that Chairman Omali Yeshitela, Comrade Penny Hess, and Comrade Jesse Neville were the 3, as we call them, the Uhuru 3, who actually has so far kicked the ass of the ruling class in the court. And we know that the outstanding lawyers have that up under and have made an appeal to that process. So we're going to check this clip right quick, and then we're going to get back and deepen this and have some more discussion about that 3-minute clip.
It's the CSCI. You have a federal warrant They handcuffed me and my wife out here. They wanted me to sit on the curb while they were carrying this out, something that I refused to do. They wanted my wife to sit on the curb out here, that she refused to do.
As I was coming out, this big old drone met me.
The only revolutionary organization that's done something here on the ground practically for African people is the one that's come under attack. Institution that offers a community radio station, a newspaper, a commercial kitchen, an Aquaba Hall rental space, and community office for our organizers. That was the building that has come under attack.
You need a breach? What do you need? They want. I don't know. Let's hold that with money. Don't take it.
We will build a movement of white people that says hands off the Uhuru movement.
They see in the African People's Socialist Party a vanguard for the struggle for the liberation of our people. They see that because not just what we do here in the United States, but because we had the temerity to do like Garvey, to do like Malcolm X, and take the struggle of black people around the world.
Next up, One Africa, touchline, people united. All right, so we'll get into some more discussion about this later and what that really means for us in the world. Right now, we're gonna have a little levity and bring up some culture from Comrade 4 feet. She's 2 feet tall. I'm sorry, see, you get that makes you
Uhuru, Comrade. What he meant to say was, I hear poetry with 2 feet on earth and 2 feet in spirit. And when I bring it to the mic, it is 4 feet deep. Okay. Since we are going back in time about the raid, this was a piece that was developed from my experience of being here unbelievably during the time that the United States attacked in my own city, my leader. Flashbang. On July 29, 2022, the FBI attacked me and you. The attack on the Uhuru movement is an attack on all African people. 5 a.m., the alarm rang. Flash bang, flash bang. Loud speakers filled the air. A combat tank, battle-armed brigade at my door, rifles and red lights on our chest. In unison, 7 of our holdings were invaded. 40 years of historical files stolen and desecrated. Every cell phone, tablet, laptop, and database stolen. This attack has not changed our directive to Africa and African people's liberation in our lifetime. It indicated we are doing things right. Free speech is on trial, y'all. Fist up,
Fight back,
fist up.
fight back.
It's what we do. The Vanguard Party is on patrol for you. The Uhuru movement is our name and African liberation is our claim. All eyes are on Chairman Omali Yeshitela, founder and leader of the Uhuru movement for over 60 years. We want self-reliance, governing, the ability to feed, clothe, and care for ourselves. This is why we were attacked. Songs, ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Yes, this revolution must be led by the African working class. Chairman's guidance has been a point for us to complete the African Revolution set in motion by Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, the Black Panther Party, and many others heroes that we can't name right now. Our liberation is on track. This is why we were under attack. The state attacks African people every day using laws to keep our freedom at bay. This system is failing, just not fast enough. It took 15 votes to finally elect the 2023 House Speaker. What you think about that? And everybody has top secret documents that has ever sat in the White House. The Uhuru movement is challenging the dynamics of the ruling class. We have a theory, and we thank Chairman Omali Yeshitela for that. Our goal is freedom for all Africans at home and abroad. On July 29, 2022, we were attacked. They jumped first. Now the game is on. We must say, now we can say we won. Hands up. When Africa. Uhuru. Thank you.
So that was a little prelude. We have a little bit more culture a little bit later, as long as our special guest does come in attendance. So we want to appreciate Comrade Fofi for that culture. I mean, and of course, culture in regards to spoken word and poetry should help inform, inspire, and to educate and to let us know some things about our conditions. It shouldn't be just some simple stated type of thing like the man right here in the shirt you were talking about. We're talking about On the Move, the reference to We On the Move. It's like that should be the anthem. And that's true. That's a great song to have been an anthem for the people because it speaks to conditions and it speaks to where we were at a particular time and it speaks to where we are even moving forward. And we want to appreciate that. So moving forward, we're going to have a little bit more discussion on the agenda. We're going to discuss some more today. A little bit more about this is the 3rd anniversary of the raid. We also want to give some information and updates on Crying Kara's 100 days. A couple of days ago, it was her 100th day in office, and she gave a report about that. We're going to examine that, and we're going to look at that in a little bit more detail through the eyes of African internationalism with our comrade Westbrook and company. We're also going to talk a little bit about the One Africa, One Nation Farmers Market, the upcoming Block Party and outreach. So we want to give you a little heads up. We want you to stay with us online. We want you to stay in the audience. And we want to open this up for discussion and have some more dialogue. And this is the time that Comrade Westbrook and I'll be up here as well. And the community, we're going to have some engagement. But we want to kick it off a little bit, going back to the raid. Well, once again, you saw the clip of the raid, and we know part of that raid happened less than 5 minutes away from here on Red Bud, where the FBI and the DOJ, the federal pigs, and local pigs, they came at 5 o'clock in the morning before the sun was up. They carted off the neighborhood. They broke into the chairman's house. They had assault rifles. They were aiming them at his chest, like Deputy Chair said on the Zanae Yesatella. The drone came in. It almost took her block off, knocked her head off, that is. They tried to have the chairman and his wife, DC owner, sit on the curb, but they refused to do that because you weren't going to, our leadership wasn't going to allow you to, embarrass us like that. You already then broke in our house. You already then boarded up the, carted off the community, made it so that the community couldn't get through. And they were sending a signal. They were sending a message. That message was loud and clear. They said, you don't have the right to say what you want to say. You don't have the right to organize for Black people. And if you continue to do it, we're coming after you. The Uhuru movement said, fist up, fight back. When we fight, we win. So the chairman put together a brilliant political strand, a brilliant political plan. It was able to get the lawyers on board with it and all the documentations. This is something I like to say. You know how this case was won? It was won by truth. The majority of the exhibits that they used were, show me a copy of that Burning Spirit newspaper. The Burning Spirit newspaper was the main evidence that was used to defend this case. There were some 73 or more exhibits. And Addie Griffin, the chairman's lawyer, was brilliant. She put in a chronological order the struggles and the works of the African People's Socialist Party to prove that what we were saying, what the Uhuru movement has been saying, was nothing new, didn't have anything to do with the Russians. So it was found in this paper. And she took it back from 1979. She brought it all the way up to at least 2006 or a little bit after. I'm just showing you a copy of the Burning Spirit newspaper, so you make sure you get this for $1. But nevertheless, this is historical documentation. When you control your own media, when you write your own story, you're able to control it. The information was there. And even the judge, he's like, well, yeah, we know you the Uhuru people. So, he was probably scratching his head then and say, damn, we can't do nothing to him. Now, for real, even if I try to give him a fine, he even said, y'all ain't gonna do nothing but raise the resources and get out. Because they know when the Uhuru movement under the leadership of the African People's Socialist Party fight back under the ideological framework of African internationalism that was formed by Omali Yeshatella, that we do win. They don't stand a chance. Not a snowball's chance in hell. The enemy does. So, and that's what it represents, clear fight back, clear documentation. And of course, we know that now the case is under appeal. The Uhuru 3, we know, won't do the 15 years. We know they're walking the papers down with probation, trying to get that knocked out. And so the lawyers, they were willing to the political consciousness of our people. And we haven't seen stuff like that with the lawyers since, the 60s, when you had the Panther 21, something similar to that. Whereas, a Black Power organization was able to take it to the system and take it to the man, so to speak. So we want to appreciate that. And we just want to let you know that 3 years strong, 3 years going, we still moving. And we said, not one day, not one dime. And we say, hands off Uhuru, hands off Africa. Hands off Uhuru, hands off Africa. Hands off Uhuru, hands off. Hands up. One nation. And that's what it's about. Uhuru, Conrad, we're going to bring it up to Conrad Westbrook, and we want to have a little discussion. We're going to break it down. First thing we want to talk about, you come back and give us a little bit, feel on the raid, and we know that you participate, but also we're going to talk about this 100 days of the mayor in the city of St. Louis, and we're going to grade her according to what African internationalism would tell us to grade her. F.
Uhuru.
Plus.
Uhuru. I don't know what all he said, so forgive me.
You're gonna repeat yourself.
No, as our comrade said, this fight started 3 years ago when they decided to silence our voice. And I want to appreciate the people for showing up to that fight. They say usually you don't win against the state. Or the feds at that matter. Unless you got money, and we don't got Diddy money. We don't got Diddy money. But we was able to win against the state. That's the power of the people. So that's the power of the people. So it started 3 years ago, and since then we've been fighting since then. You know, but I wanna shine to this woman 100 days. How many of y'all seen that? How many of y'all saw her give herself a pat on the back during her 100 days? No, none y'all. Good thing. I think a handful of us that watched that BS, we tried to watch it and we turned it off because don't nobody like being lied to their face. Uhuru, because she campaigned on being a better leader than Trevor Jones. And so far, have we got that leader? No, exactly. So far, the very thing that y'all voted Jones out for, she done worse than the people trying to give her a pass. You know. But couple things she campaigned on was making the city more effective. But so far, my trash haven't been getting picked up on a regular. So far, our community still look the same. So I give her a F on that. Number one. But number two, she campaigned on all these potholes in our cities. Do these potholes look like they got fixed in our city? No. To me, it don't look like it got fixed. It's turned up your cars and your rims and etc. But she had the audacity to say that most of our time been tied up with trying to overturn the contradictions with the tornado. No, it's not. The people has been trying to overturn the contradiction. The community leaders have been trying to overturn the contradiction. She been busy trying to campaign and run off labor. So, no, you did not. But she said she been busy trying to overturn the contradiction, which we know that's a lie. But she got the audacity to say, nevertheless, I still felt 1,800 pounds. How many of y'all believe that? Come on now, y'all you scared? Your voices, I can't see straight. I don't know what the handshake mean. What, does y'all believe that? No. 1,800 pounds she claims she felt. So I want her to get herself back up there and tell us each and every pound that you feel. Number one. Hold up. Before I go any further with this mayor, I'll be very quick to tell y'all whom she is, right? You dealing with a Southside residence, a long-living Southside residence. She grew up in Parkway. She went to school at Parkway South. Where y'all know where that school at? West County, right? Somewhere. How many of us is around there? Okay, let me finish. Southside resident, grew up in went to school Parkway South. She funny have a Bachelor of Science degree in mathematics. That's funny. She got a Bachelor of Science in mathematics, but her math ain't nothing. It's just not nothing. $1.6 billion damage in our community, and you talk about $30 billion. Something not mathing. You understand what I'm saying? So, she used to represent. She only been in politics for 10 years. She's a baby at it, and she walking around like she this. But when she was elected in 2015, she represented Ward 8. And we know that's south of downtown area, which is Soulard, Lafayette Square, and Soulard, Lafayette Square, Dutchtown, the Gravas Park area, Mount Pleasant area. Then she ended up later on representing another ward, downtown area. But where the money at? Soulard, Lafayette Square, South neighborhood of Dutchtown, Gravas Park. How many of us Some of us, I'm not saying none of us, some of us, but how many of us reside in the area? Do we know? Not that many. Not that many. So this is her constituents, not the people who face hardship and struggles all their lives. Majority of the city. So this is the person that's clapping herself on the back by feeling 1,800, which we don't see it. But in your 100 days, you clapping yourself on the back for feeling 1,800 pounds. Where you go up and down the west side and up and down the north side and still look the same. So did you feel it in your area where your constituents stay? Make a long story short, this mayor that represent the south side area, she gave herself a good job. And this is the midst of them trying to close 37 schools. Hey, Martin Luther King said he was good that he integrate into the burning home. You know, because since that, they've been closing our schools down left and right. Our Conrad just a Fofi, she just went to 150 year anniversary for Sumner. Sumner, 150 years anniversary. Sumner. Do you know Sumner is dilapidated? Anniversary at Sumner? It's a historic black school. Miss Spencer, they patted yourself on the back for their 100 days. People still haven't got money, and it's damn near been for the 100 days. 45 days plus, damn near 50 days for the 100 days, and people still haven't got any money, but you clapping yourself on the back. Okay. Well, people, let me say a little bit more about it. Some folks is scared to not. Some folks is scared to in a second. Some folks is scared to get their ass out of office. Some folks, y'all got y'all sister Tishaura Jones out of office at lesser. 7 deaths, $1 billion damage, 5,000 what's called, and this fight ain't near over. But you know, she was in 2016, ethics complaint was filed against her. Ethics complaint was filed against her in 2016 for personal finance interest. Line in her pocket. You know, they got rid of some black folks like that. They don't mean nothing for me to mention their name, but they got rid of 3 black politicians like that for lining their pocket. Why is she the only one that didn't get, but they hired her as we got to get her out of there, y'all. We got to get her out of there. And then on top of that, that was in 2016, but on top of that, in 2020, that was the ethics committee who said something about it in 2016. But then in 2020, it was a petition raised to pull up out of this when she was a mayor. She wanted her to be the coming mayor. They tried to pull her up out of office, but nevertheless, she became the mayor. This is who we got praising ourselves during the 100 days. And when I say this 100 days, it let us know that she don't need another 100 days in office. We got to get her out of office. Uhuru. So I guess I'll leave Uhuru. I guess I'll leave y'all with that. Well, before I leave that with that, I just want to say one more thing. Amongst this devastation in our community where they barely want to give us $30 million. You know, we talked about a few weeks ago for us, they trying to get $18 million in the county to build a puppy park. But simultaneously, $2 billion is getting spent to build right now. $2 billion is getting spent to build a downtown in Chesterfield. Y'all know where the Chesterfield Mall was at? Chesterfield Mall, 4.5 million square feet. Right now, they is trying to in 23 We'll talk about more about that later. Oh, no, we won't. Y'all look it up. While we $1.6 billion damage, Brody got 30 million. Simultaneously, $2 billion is getting built for their downtown. Folks, there's money in our area. They choose it to spend where they want it in their area. We got to fight, y'all, to bring reparations and money back to the north and west side. Uhuru.
Yeah, Uhuru, appreciate that. We got to unite with that. So right now we have our last bit of culture that just came in, and we're gonna have a little bit more of that. And so I know you just coming in off the streets, Makeda, but I know you got it fresh. Come on, comrade Makeda Baraka.
How y'all doing? All right.
Yeah.
Afro-tastic. All right, this piece is called Present Company Aside. Present company aside, this really ain't for stranger ears, but since you in this room, you gonna know what I know and what I'm about to say right here. So listen up, family. This here is in-house talk, overdue by years. We break bread with love, but truth must still be said. Because too much silence lingering too long seems to have left our lineage misled. Now, cousin, brother, sister, kin by blood and breath, why the hell you swear off Africa like it's a kind of death? Say an FBA or ADOS with pride, as if your very soul ain't crossed no ocean wide. Foundational, you say, built from this soil? But who planted the seed in this foreign spoil? Who bore the chains? Who sang the moan? Who walked this land with a will not their own? They took us, not just bodies, but whole tribes torn from ancient thrones and tongues unborn. Yet y'all claim descent from a status of fate, as if chains birthed you, not a heritage of state. ADOS, how can you descend from a condition? That's literally admitting that you're saying you're born of somebody else's imposition. You're not the afterthought of some cruel decree. You're of people, of greatness, of vast legacy. To be foundational to America's breath is to anchor your story in someone else's theft. You stake your beginning where your blood was spilled, where your gods were mocked and your temples stilled. Why cling to these labels the captors gave breath? They named you property. You echo it in death. Yet you say Africa ain't yours to claim when it's older than empire, border, or name. 400 to 600 years, your history? Your foundation far exceeds that. But you swiftly trade African for being America's foundational Black. Every time you cut your roots from the tree, you weaken the limbs of our collective unity. Divide us into acronyms and movements with pride, while colonizers laugh with their wealth multiplied. You want reparations? I'm talking real repair? Then you better recognize just whose blood you bear. Because reparations ain't never been paid to the divided. They go to nations strong, determined, and united. And when you say I'm not African, hear this truth. You hand over the drum, the rhythm, the prototype, and proof. You silence the griot. You burn the scroll. You barter away your ancestral soul. Meanwhile, the world exploits what we forgot, sells our culture, erases our plot. They drive their wedges to pull us apart. While we argue lineage, they claim our very heart. So excuse us, company. Nah, this ain't for them. This is for us, for root and for stem. We can't heal while we're fractured by design, thinking our freedom lies in a silly, illegitimate borderline of the mind. Let the record show we're not born of chains. We're born of the hopes in the sun, of stars and of rains. We're born in the hopes. We're born of Nile, of Congo deep, of ancestors who visit us to wake us from our sleep. So let us not bow to names they wrote. Don't continue to sink our unity boat. Because there's no path to power or peace if we don't first let division cease. I ain't saying forget the pain or history's cost. Just know who you were before you got lost. So family, let's reason. Let us not pretend. These house wounds must heal or we'll never mend. We got nations to build, justice to claim, but only if we speak our rightful name. So call it what you want, but this much is true. You may have been born in America, but Africa was born in you.
What you said? Whoa. No, now that poetry was a piece of poetry of a fight back. So some of y'all might be knowing what she's talking about, Uhuru. Mm-hmm. So okay, y'all like that? You like that? Then you're King. Hey, look at it. Hercules. No. So one of the things she's talked about a lot, and we're gonna move it on. But the African descendants of slaves, a little group that's out there. Yeah, you got to watch out for them. That's very important. I appreciate that poetry. So right up now, we're going to move the program. We had a lot of outreach that went on in the last couple of weeks. Last week, we weren't able to talk about it because we lost the power. But right now, we're going to have some outreach updating and report. We got our comrade Fofi who did some outreach at the museum. And we have our brother comrade James who did some, Pennington did some outreach. So we're going to ask you guys to come up and give us a little bit. And also accompany Fofi is going to be Sister Carol who did, if she decides to come on up. But the other comrades are going to come up and give us a little breakdown in terms of what they did with outreach. And outreach is important because, you know, if you touch one, you touch y'all. And the only way to touch one is to get out there and touch them. So ain't nothing going to be done without that. So we want to appreciate that work. And they're going to give us a little bit update. And on the screen, you'll see where they were and how they were impactful. Uhuru, come on, comrade. Please, right here is a little bit better, but, you know, because you get the sound from the mic to go into there and everything.
Uhuru comrade. There was a number of us we've done this like for 4 years in a row. Aja Owens does a living legacy tribute. Yep. And it is at the History Museum. But what she has arranged is for organizations to set up in the hallway of the History Museum and just give out information to what's available to the people. So the event was at 7, but she had us to set up at 4. So we were there and we set up till about 6:15 or 6:30. And it was myself, comrade Sister Carol, who else? Ciali, what's the name?
Lloyd.
Oh, comrade Lloyd, comrade Sophia and Solomon. Myself and Sister Carol, as you can see. What are the pictures?
Keep the pictures up.
Get the pictures up. Comrade Carol, Sister Carol and myself was at the table. And like over there. No, not over there. Up there at the top. Comrade Sister Carol and I was at the table and Solomon was all over the place. But Sister Carol was a beast, y'all. She was on it. She was focused. We gave out 158 pieces of propaganda. And thank you. And my goal was to give out 100 pieces of propaganda and get at least 24 or 25 signatures. We beat that by, we got 48 signatures. We gave out 158 pieces of propaganda, but actually more was given out because Comrade Ciali had some flyers of his own that was not in my count. And Comrade Sophia had some market flyers that she had of her own. So they were not counted in my 158. So we really gave out more. We got 48 signatures. And the reason I asked Sister Carol to come up is because she's been on this outreach before with me, with InPDUM. And first time was last year. She was, she was just feeling her way around. And she said, yeah, I'll be there. Current people they go by the table, just looking around. Sister Carol said, young lady, come on over here. I need you to sign this. We got 48 signatures, y'all. I'm telling you, we got 48 signatures. And this is just one way. This is one way we teach new comrades, or new comrades come into the work and they do the work and they do it with gusto and purpose. And I asked Sister Carol to come up because I want her to let you know how she felt doing that orientation.
I enjoyed myself. And getting new members is a privilege.
Come on up, Mr. Sarah. Just let them know. So everybody can hear you.
James.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a pleasure and I enjoyed myself getting new members. I was notified by email. They put their email address down and they'll be notified as well. So it was a pleasurable experience.
Last week we had a catastrophe. Well, the electricity went out, so we couldn't have our Sunday rally. But one of the men that Sister Carol had met there showed up. So if you put the work out there, people will show up. Uhuru. Yeah.
Thank you both.
Oh, comrades. Yes, my name is James Pennington, and I covered Page and Grand. So there were malls, a mall area there. Save-A-Lot is there. You have the Urban League. You have Fat Burger. You had a coffee shop right across the street. The bus waiting area where people wait for the bus. I did that area too. And people want to see change. People want to get involved, and sometimes people can't because of circumstances and time. But people really want change. They really want it. And so I was able to distribute flyers. I gave flyers for at Fat Burger, the Urban League, Save-A-Lot, BP station right across the street. People want change. And so Uhuru is one of those organizations that do outreach, love outreach. And so I'm glad to be a part of the outreach team. And those who want to volunteer and do outreach, all you got to do is talk to your Uhuru personnel. They'll begin with you. They will hook you up and send you on out for work. But my name is James Pennington. That's my time is up. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. And those reports were magnificent. And so, all the work that's going in by the forces, we want to appreciate them for doing that. We also want to have a report from an update from Comrade Ciali. Yes. Comrade Ciali, who is theme of the program. No, well, I missed the thing. You know why you're here, don't you? No. You're gonna tell me why you're here. No, the thing basically is it's a fight back campaign. So we continue to fight back. When we fight, we win. And we talk about North and West Side demands reparations now. And in that vein, we are winning reparations one way or the other with the various organizations that we have on the ground. Comrade Ciali is the president of NINA, and he's going to talk about it's a neighborhood association that is formed, and the work that is coming up with that. Of course, you got two that's early, so there you go. For the block party, that's what it is. Come on up, brother. You tell it.
Right. All right, Uhuru. Good to be here. Good to have all you here today. So, just real quick, what I wanted to do is just say, Nina is so incredibly important because even though we're 6 months old, we're young, but we're feisty. And we have fought from the very beginning. And we were born in January of 2025 because of the fact that we had so much trouble with getting Uhuru Bakery Cafe open. Getting a conditional use permit was like pulling teeth or multiple teeth. So we really wanted to make sure that no other business, especially Black businesses trying to open up in the North Side, would have to go through what we went through with I'll say phantom neighborhood associations that you can't find online anywhere. With the city government period, the walls that we face. But we went to City Hall. We asked to speak to the mayor. We asked to speak to Megan Green and other folks, and we won. After 10 months, after 10 months of struggling, we won. We canvassed the community and everything. Saying, hey, look, we're trying to bring healthy food to the community because this is a food desert. Where are the restaurants at along West Florissant? There isn't any. So we canvassed twice the community. Say, hey, some were asking, why aren't you open yet? The city's blocking us. The city's blocking us. That was the theme almost. But we fought and we won because we engaged the people. And we said, when we formed NINA, we don't want to have to go through stuff like that again. So we decided that the Northside Independent Neighborhood Association was necessary because we wanted all the neighborhoods of the North Side to be able to work together. Not just have a little fiefdom in College Hill, benefiting at the expense of everybody else. We want all the neighborhoods to collaborate together so that everybody can be safe. Everybody can have, thriving businesses in the community, but also, most importantly, to fight against the imposition of the NGA. That is the big elephant in the room, so to speak. The National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, a spy campus, a U.S. government spy campus that's designed to get intelligence and do drone strikes that kill people all around the world. This is what the city is invested in, and that's why the North Side has been treated like trash can for 50 plus years. So we said no more to that. Those days are over. We're not playing around. So we've been building this block party because we didn't want to just have some block party for a block party's sake. We wanted to celebrate the will, the tenacity, of the resiliency of the African community that self-deployed the day after the tornado hit on May 16th. We didn't wait for the city, and the people's collective, understanding of the city prompted the community to act. Because they knew if we waited for the city, there'd still be debris all over the place. So we wanted to have this block party to celebrate our communities, our African communities. And part of that was also to make sure that we had vendors, info vendors that could help the community, because we know we still have people right now who lost everything from the tornado. They have no roof, over their head, except maybe a tent or something like that. And we want to make sure that those resources are available to the community. But we also wanted to bring people to the community to speak on where's the money at? This seems to be an overwhelming thing here. Where's the money at? They've been talking about this $30 million from the interest from the RAM settlement money. They still ain't seen no money yet. More than likely, they're going to will it down till it's almost nothing. And once again, the African community gets crumbs. And we're saying, no. No, we have to fight against that. So I don't know if I should get my report or not. I think I should since I'm up here.
Don't get your report. Don't get your report.
All right, well, can we go to the slide show? All right. Okay, so we have an all hands on deck situation. We got 6 days left before the block party happens. So we need everybody on board to make sure that we complete the outreach work that we have to do, that we reach out to any other vendors that we know of that can provide food, that can provide information. We want to have a very successful block party that helps the community, not just to have a party, although we need to be able to let our hair down. Speak for myself, but but we need to be able to have a community that is taken care of, because City Hall is not taking care of the community one iota. Next slide. So I'm just briefly going to say that, again, this is a fight back, from the African community, and it's demanding that the city get up off this money. Remember, Kara Spencer said before she got elected that the city was flush with cash.
Yeah.
We still ain't seen no cash yet, but we gonna get some cash one way or the other. So again, we want to bring the community together for, a day of music. We want to have free food. We're gonna have giveaways. We want to have information and resources for the people. So, it's more than just a celebration, but it's also making sure that the people are taken care of, that our neighborhoods are taken care of. That's been neglected for so long. Go to the next slide. So we want everybody to also be prepared to come Tuesday, July 29th at 6 p.m. right here. This is our usual membership meeting of NINA, but we're going to be focused on fine-tuning and finalizing everything we need to do so that we can have a successful block party. Next slide. So we got some updates. We've gotten Holly from Rosalie to Carter. We did Rosalie to Florissant to Rosalie. We still got to complete that. Pope from Rosalie to Carter. We did from Pope from Florissant to Rosalie. We got posters up at the M1 Market. We got the Yeatman Market 2 over there on 4300 Lee. The wash and wear laundry, we got that covered. King Corner Store. And these are postering that we've done. And also some leaflets have been left there as well. We got St. Louis Public Library. Banner vendor from Natural Bridge to MLK, the Del Mar Loop. And then Carter and Rosalie between Fair and Prairie. Next slide. We've also gotten, there were 2 markets at Tower Grove. We got information passed out there. As Comrade 4 Feet talked about, we were at the History Museum, and I was able to get a couple of people that were interested in being vendors. We've got information out the One Africa One Nations Farmers Market that we just had yesterday. I want to really thank Brother Gregory for his tenacious work getting out there in the community. And he was over at the Afro World book signing. He left leaflets there, passed out leaflets. The Griot Museum, Rudo Studio Gallery, Locks of Glory, Lee's Family Laundry, Jaden's Diner. And then again, as was said before, we were at the balloon release for the Washington family, for Sam Washington over at the jail.
Hayes. Last name Hayes.
Hayes.
Last name Hayes.
And then see. Northwest Coffee Roasters got information. Caldwell's Package Liquor. So now, what needs to be done, if next slide. I need to find out, Sister Emile. Is Sister Emile still here?
He's here.
Okay. I just wanted to find out where you were able to do MLK Tire. I got you. I got you. Well, we'll make sure that everything gets covered. Like I said, we're gonna be working to get everything covered. We got the St. Louis Public Library, the bar branch, and then James. Thank you, James, for giving your report right away of the coffee shop, fat burgers, and everything. So we got that covered. We also need to do Holly from Florissant to Carter. We've already done it from Rosalie. So we need to finish from Rosalie to Carter. And then we need to finish Pope from Florissant to Carter. So we just got to do Rosalie to Carter. So these are some of the drops that we need to do, but we got much more areas that we need to do as far as drops, which means putting information on people's doors. So we need to do Clarence. Next slide. We need to do Clarence from Florissant to Carter. Let me just say this. Who can do Clarence from Florissant to Carter? Now, again, we're just putting information in people's door, putting it behind the doorknob or slide it in, one of those knobs like you see on the bathroom doors, slide it in. Who can do Clarence from Florissant to Carter? Well, I'll take that on. Put me down. And then we need Warren from Grant to Carter. And Warren is right there at the corner. And Grant is the next block up here. So we need to get that together. You know what? Go ahead and put me down for that too. Well, how about College Avenue from Emily to Carter?
If that's the same distance as the other one, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we got Westbrook on that one. We got Lynn.
Okay, for clarification, that's
Drop.
Right. I'm assuming.
Okay, well, we'll make arrangements for you to get a ride and make it happen. And then we got Linton from Emily to Carter. Who can take that on? Well, I'll just say we got DeSoto, Prairie, Gano, John, and that's all from Emily to Carter. So we got those streets down that way going towards the Bakery Cafe. And then we have Adelaide, which is right up here, the next street. That's from Grant to Rosalie. Who can take that on? All right, I see Jan raised her hand. All right. And I think, and matter of fact, I think you and I can try that again. We weren't able to do last time. We had a little automotive incident. And then we have Fair, Harris, both from Grant. Well, we got, oh, wait a minute. Fair from Grant to Rosalie, and then Harris from Grant to Carter. Right on, James. Thank you. And then Red Bud from Florissant to Carter.
If it's possible, can I actually that?
You want Red Bud?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Red Bud. Westbrook wants to be Red Bud. And then Athlon from Florissant to Carter.
I don't want to mislead nobody. I said exchange. I don't know if she did got me down. That's two.
Okay, you're gonna go from Red Bud from what was that again? We get
Red Bud. I just want to make sure they don't got me down.
okay. What was the other street that you said you?
I think it was yeah,
College. Okay. So exchange College to Red Bud for Westbrook. And these are the streets that we need to work on getting information at everybody's door. So if you know of anybody that lives in the area that's able to help, they can always contact us. We got information right there at the bottom. They can call us 314-246-0311. They can also email us info@ninastl.org. Either way it goes, they can come to the Uhuru house and then we can get, information in their hands and get some people to go with them and we can make it happen because we have to get this outreach out there. The more people that we get information to, the more people we'll have coming to this to our block party. All right. Real quick, last slide. So other things have been done. We're going to be showcasing and bringing out our bags and t-shirts. We've got the bouncy house ordered. We got the porta potty ordered. We consolidated most of the speakers, including Megan Green, Jesse Todd, Sister Gwen Hudgens, who was at the last town hall meeting over here at the church. And Arion Johnson, etc. And those that don't know, Arion Johnson is the African man that builds the tiny houses, and he has like a team of like 30 young students that he teaches how to build them. And there's one of them right there. All right. We've had more vendors signed up. Matter of fact, we had one vendor, I forgot the sister's name, that makes jewelry. And then we also have some young folks that have snow cones and popcorn, you know. And just to say real quick also, we had one food vendor pull out. So besides the free food we'll be having from Uhuru Foods and Pies, we need some more food vendors. So if you know of any more food vendors that would be interested in signing up, please let us know right away so that we can get them on board. Again, we reached out to the mom and father. We were hoping to get them to come speak, but both of them are, you know, still in their grieving process and trying to make certain things happen. Yeah.
I have, it might be up there. She's trying to make it. She's trying to make it so big.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah. Right on. Right on. And then again, we're gonna have Arion students who have also, he specifically said that he wants his students to work during the block party. So if there's any trash that needs to be picked up, if there's, you know, anything that they can do to help throughout the process of the block party, he wants them to be working. And then we got Comrade Brendan, who's going to be our tech and music runner on the stage. And right now, so far, we've gotten out over 2,300 leaflets and about 500 posters. So, next slide. I said last slide, but next slide. Just want to
Is that the last one?
yeah, that's the last one. So it's not too late to sign up to be a vendor, whether you know, food vendor or giving out information. Again, we want to get as many people to be signups for, you know, info vendors and so forth. Again, we're going to have young people helping out, but if you want to be a volunteer as well at the block party, please don't hesitate to contact myself or contact Allie. And again, we are moving forward, pushing forward hard to get the information into people's hands and to really make sure that the community is represented in a good way through this block party. Because I know we're going to have to do another one. And let's make this first one right, and we can make the second one even better. You know, so with that, Uhuru.
Yeah, Africa. Easy, lady, too. I appreciate that report. And next, we're going to go ahead and call for that membership and call for resources. Comrade 4 Feet. Yeah, Africa.
Africa. Okay, fist up. Now, pockets empty. I'm telling you. Okay, comrades, I am here to have you all have the opportunity to be a part of this wonderful gathering today. Our goal today is $150. And thank you. If we take cash. If you want to use the Cash App, it's InPDUM. If you want to go online and use your own credit card, that's inpdum.org/donate. Now, what do we do with these donations? You've been getting papers, you've been seeing videos, you're enjoying this cool breeze since the sun is out, and in the wintertime, you can enjoy a nice warm climate. The lights, the Wi-Fi, all of these things cost because we're still under colonial rule. And under colonial rule, the mighty dollar is what make things tick. So until we win revolution and we state what we are going to use as we run this world, I want to tell you that everything you do comes through the resources that you leave with us today. We are pretty transparent with what happens with every dollar. And I know that every dollar that I donate is $1 for a revolution. The sooner I'll see it, the sooner I get it. Okay? Yeah. Now, like I said, our goal today is $150. And you online, that goes for you too. I will not leave you out. We are all sisters and brothers in this same suffering world. Now, but we're not going to suffer much longer. I'm going to cut that kind of talk out because you know what? Under our liberation, we will see the world the way we need to see it. And we'll be the help that we are to each other. Not doing this. We'll be doing this. Okay? Another way you can become a asset and a help to yourself and to us is to become a member. To become a member of the International People Democratic Uhuru Movement, it is easy as a couple of checks on a iPad or fill out a piece of paper, and the membership levels is for 1 year. From the day you sign up till that time the next year. It is for the basic InPDUM level. I'm starting at the bottom. It is $25. And that $25 makes you a voting member, makes you a decision-making member, makes your voice heard and your ideas counted. All right? The Musa Abantu level is InPDUM's membership is $10, and that's for annually for students and unemployed members. The George Jackson Desi Wood level is a membership of $5 annually, and it is for incarcerated members on the other side of the line that we're trying to bring back. The idea is they will get a paper. Our paper is golden with information for us, by us, and to us. Now, any of these memberships, just let us know, and we got a membership coordinator in the back. She will take your name and she will give you all you need. If anybody, and I know we're not up here just doing this. We're not up here just being like this, but most of the people that are doing this came through InPDUM, because InPDUM is the ground level of membership where you really learn, like the young man James was saying, you learn how to recruit. You learn how to bring people into the organization. You learn how to answer people's questions. People that really want to do something but don't know what to do about the situation they're in, this is the first step. Everybody has to take a first step. And from that, you can move up in the community, in the organization, or you can just stay where you are, stay where you're happy. And we do not discriminate against who you are or what kind of work you do. You can be the sister on the corner that is helping people out at her own discretion. Or you can be the sister that's a CEO that's helping people out at her own discretion, okay? We will not say you cannot be a member. We will not say that you cannot have a voice in your life and the people in your neighborhood or the people in your family or the African nation, period. Your membership level is the same up to the membership of a lifetime member. Okay, so just hold your hand up. Let me know if you want to be a member of InPDUM, and we can take care of it. You're already a member. Well, guess what? If you want to do it now, you can always do it anytime. With that being said, I will come back to you and let you know if we made our goal. And I know we did, because we always do, because people believe in what they doing. And where you put your money is a political question. If you go to Clayton to buy some ice cream, that's where your politics live. If you buy ice cream from here in your neighborhood, yeah, from Leroy Nail, that's where your politics live. And where you live every day is where your government looks at how much money you spend and how much they're not going to spend on you, because that's just what they do. It's not. So I will be back, and I'm sure we made our goal and probably went over it. And I want to thank each and every one of you. I will come back with the total. Uhuru! Did you get the announcement? Okay. All right. I will also do the announcement. Discussion. Okay, we're going to do the discussion.
Hey, one more time, put the cash out up there for folks who might need cash out.
Put the cash up back up. Put the payment information back up. Okay. Is there anyone that wants to have questions or concerns? Please just come to the front and we can work it out.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
I appreciate everyone for coming out today and just all the faces that we see. And there was some really important information that was shared earlier, and I just wanted to reiterate that information, and it's about the FEMA. The application closing date is August 11th. And I had the opportunity to speak with some FEMA representatives that came here to the Uhuru House. And they are really strongly encouraging everyone that has not filed a claim to file the claim. I'm not certain if it's just a matter of red tape, people not understanding, not being able to get to the FEMA locations, but to make sure that you get a claim filed. If you don't have a claim filed, after August 11th, it's going to be hard to claim any resources. They'll close the disaster period window for this particular disaster here in St. Louis. So again, I'm encouraging everyone, if you haven't filed a claim, if you are in St. Louis and you're watching this on YouTube and you hear it's not that difficult of a process. If you don't have all the documentation that they're required, which is not really that much, you can get it. There's a way to get it. It's easily accessible. Also, if you file a claim, and I know that over going through the past town hall meetings, people have had discussions about, only getting $7,000 or $4,000 or whatever. On your you're on your claim, there are some sections that they will send you back and it'll have a little green box in it that says appeal. There are set amounts of money that they give you for, say, food. And I happen to know that replacement for food is like $770. That's a given. But suppose you lost more than that. You have to appeal in order to be able to get those additional resources. If you lost all your bedroom furniture, had to pull up carpet, there are set amounts of money. So I think there's another maybe $1,100 or $1,200 that they give you. That's just on GP. That's just for opening a claim, if you will. That's the minimum amount that they'll give you. But there's a little green box on that application that says appeal. I talked to a young lady earlier today that was saying, well, you know, my whole back porch of my house is torn off, and $9,000 is not gonna cover that. It's not gonna get the grout and the roof and the tuck pointing, and she wasn't aware that there's that little green box that you check that says file an appeal. One of the things that it does is it keeps your claim open. FEMA is not the state. Let's just be clear on that. That's not state money, because we already know that the city of St. Louis is not giving out nothing to anybody. It's probably another few more weeks before anything is gonna happen. But this is money, once they grant this, they determined this area was a disaster, that it was a disaster that happened. This is resources that are available, and there is a substantial amount of money that is still there that people are not claiming, and I am of the opinion it's because they don't know. FEMA is not a loan. It is disaster relief resources that are for the people. If you think about it, as Africans, hell, we paid enough into the system already. We ought to get 10 times more than that back anyway.
Say that.
So,
Yeah.
so file your claim. File your claim. I do, on the back desk, I left some information about FEMA, but I'm also encouraging you to call us here at 314-380-8016. And we can make sure that we pass this information on to the Black Power Blueprint, which I'm sure is probably up on their website already. But again, it has all the numbers here in terms of how you can call. And one of the things it says here, important deadline for the May 16th disasters. Homeowners and renters. Homeowners and renters. I want to stress that. Homeowners and renters. A lot of people in this area that had damage were people that they rented. They didn't own their homes, and for their bunch of misinformation got out there outside of the fact that there are probably slumlords in the area that probably don't even live in the area. They're claiming the money for themselves, and they're not passing it on to you as a renter. You can file a claim with FEMA also. File the claim. They will provide assistance for you for up to almost 2 years. Suppose the landlord's not gonna rebuild the place quickly or whatever, you still gotta have a place to live. And I really appreciate the Black Power Blueprint for the program that it is providing to the community, just by way of being able to, not just what's done up and down West Florissant, but being able to create other projects that will allow the program to be able to provide affordable housing for Africans to stay in this community and in this area as well. But again, that was really important for me. I felt like I needed to share this because people are not hearing it, and there's too much misinformation out there that people are not getting. So anybody you know, if they did file a claim, tell them go fine. I think there's a certain kind of fear for whatever reason that we have. It's really a non-invasive process. They don't really require a lot. Give the people your name and your phone number, file a claim, get money for your damages. If not, we're not gonna be able to rebuild, and we need the resource. We know we need all the resources, but this will at least ease the pain while we continue to put our foot on the neck of the city to do what it's supposed to do. Uhuru.
Uhuru, yes. Thank you, comrade.
Coming. Come over.
Uhuru.
Okay, can everybody hear me all right?
Yes.
Just, you were mentioning earlier about Carr Spencer and about the tornado and stuff and filing claim, and, and by we, I mean, Westbrook was there, Sayali was there, we had Jesse Neville there, we attended a town hall. That was a few weeks ago, it was just down the street at that church. And Kara Spencer said something that was, very telling and chilling. And I don't want people to forget that she said, because we really gotta hold her accountable for it. The tornado was serendipitous. And that the destruction was helpful for the city's future plan of renovating the area. And listening to her say that was, you can see the reaction in my body. So I just really want to stand in solidarity and really put that comment back out there and be like, she's not always hiding herself like she thinks she's doing. Like the community stood up for itself so well in that town hall. There were so many community members talking, and instead of getting to pat herself on the back, she was like, "Oh, the money's coming, guys. Don't worry, we're taking care of it." But it was serendipitous, and we were like, "I know you're not saying that about people who lost their lives." So
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I did attend Sumner High School's 150th anniversary of the actual school. And she just happened to drop in. She dropped in. Because you've got people that have grown from the Pruitt-Igoes or down south, went to Sumner and have made it a staple in the in United States, because it's one of the first historical high schools this side of the Mississippi. The first, this side of the Mississippi. Okay, so when they said she was coming, I said, okay, here she come. This girl next to me, she said, "Do we like her?" I said, "Lying, crying Kara? Nah, we don't like her." They said, "What she do?" I said, "It's what she's not done. What she's gonna tell you, it's not gonna happen." She been telling people for the past, since May, that you're gonna get this money, we're gonna fix this, we're gonna pick that up, and nothing has been done. Now, if she took credit and said, "You know, I promise you people this, that, and the other, but my hands are tied and I can't move things faster than it needs to be," then we could give her a check mark. Because at least she would be clarifying the fact that she told us you're gonna get $50, but then when you get 50 cents, she can say, "Well, I'm sorry, this is all I can do. I'm one person, okay? But don't lie, and don't cry, cause them tears not gonna wash anything away." I said, so no, we don't like her. No, we don't like her, cause she's
referred to us as you people. She did.
all right.
She did.
Well, and with this updated June 30th, with this updated information about the tornado being serendipitous, I still believe, if you notice, and you lived in this community for the past 3 years, since the NGA has set foot over here, there has been a storm or heavy wind, they call it, in this area every summer, but they will not classify it as a tornado, and people have been electric and gas and stuff been out for at least 2 to 3 weeks. We almost lost some comrades over here at the park, 2 years ago? Because the storm hit so bad that they were flying, okay? If they had not found shelter in the stone bathrooms, then they would be, gone with the wind. And that is not funny. So that so-called tornado, I think it had a lot to do with the NGA and the climate control. Now, I don't care what anybody say, call me a conspiracy theorist, but what I am is an idea that where it hit, destroyed too many of our people, their homes, their livelihood, the schools, the black schools that the public that they want to cut down anyway. Come on, y'all. We're not blind, but we can organize and we can make a change, kicking, screaming, fighting.
Yeah.
We can do that. A finger, no damage. A fist, we can make it happen. Yes, sir. Yes. Good. Yeah, we have officially opening up for questions and concerns. Yes, sir. What's your name?
My name is Gerald. This is my second time.
Hi, Mr. J. I remember you last. Yeah.
And I get a feel for what the Uhuru movement is doing. But I wanted to speak specifically about something that touched me, that you mentioned, that you alluded to a while ago. I don't know if any of you look at Democracy Now. But years ago, when I was incarcerated, I ran across this woman by the name of what's her name? In the color there. I just had a name on tip of my tongue. Got that thing. But anyway, she wrote a book called Disaster Capitalism. And when you talked about the possibilities of what occurred, you know, we found out years ago that they have technology that can create everything.
Yes.
Earthquakes.
Yes.
The name of this book is Disaster Capitalism. The point she was saying is that there's no more land. God is not making no more land.
Right.
So what they do, they find ways to create disasters
Yes.
for economic reasons, to move people off the land, and then they take over the land. You know, so I just say, by the way, her name is Naomi Klein. So if anybody's interested in that information, we can feel and expound upon that by doing the research as to what Naomi Klein put together. And she's put out for us to learn, and I just wanted to say that in addition to that, like I said, I came out to visit because I want to learn what you guys are doing. I want to feel my way through and possibly become a member here.
If that membership might keep drilling.
Yeah, I've been involved I was involved in the first political convention held years ago. I used to work with Black United Front, Malcolm X grassroots organization with Alvin Brown. Alvin Brown was the leader. I also worked with members of the Republican of Africa. And a bunch of other groups. We fixed it. He fixed it. The Democratic convention in '82. I was involved with the Squatters campaign. At that time, I worked with Acorn.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been involved also in a lot of things. And so, you know, I said to myself that I needed to get involved in something that was impactful, something that we needed to be to make a change. So I say this all the time. I have to reiterate this all the time. The essential problem facing us that we get up every day, putting maintenance on somebody else's design. And as long as we're doing that, we're not designing our own living space from our own vantage point, then we're in trouble. So we have to create a design that we're.
Gotcha.
I just want
Uhuru.
to thank you guys for having this space, and hopefully I'll make the right decisions moving forward.
Uhuru, yeah. Thank you. And we're gonna help you make that right decision. Okay. Go ahead.
I just want to make sure I did my due diligence. I just need to get a show of hands. Who will be coming to Tuesday's meeting at 6 p.m. right here? All right.
And what's that meeting about, brother?
This is the Northside Independent Neighborhood Association. It's building
Over the block party.
meeting at 6 p.m. But we will be discussing all the fine tuning that we need to do to really build a successful block party. But this is it's last Tuesday of every month. So just wanted to make sure, I did my due diligence, and also, can I get a show of hands on who would be able to volunteer on Saturday, August 2nd at the block party itself? 2, 3, 4, 5.
You got 2 back here?
I need to be involved there, cause that's my birthday.
Okay.
I just went back to work, so I don't know, I gotta make this money. I broke my arm, so I was off for a whole year. So
Wow.
but I'm gonna see what I can get done.
Right on. All right.
Tell them it's your birthday, you going to kick. Tell them it's your birthday, you going to kick it in the hood.
That might be a good idea, I might use that pitch. All right, go.
Yep.
Leo gang, hey man, we ain't did this yet, but because it's Leo season, I think we need to start doing this birthday shout out. How many Leos we got in the room? Okay, Leo, okay, happy birthday to all the Leos and belated birthday to all the cancers. Okay, Uhuru. I want to thank y'all for showing up, but right now, I really want to thank our visitors. Right now, I see a visitor, but we ain't calling you visitor. You coming up, so I ain't gonna mention you, Rage. But we have 3, 4, 5 visitors. So briefly, if you can we hear your name, where you come from, how you doing? I know I seen you before. I just want to message you. So can you come up to the mic and speak and tell us how you doing? Yes, ma'am. You trying to avoid me. Don't want to look behind yourself. Yes, ma'am. You. Yes, ma'am. Can you come bless the mic now? The mic can't. You two ladies bless the mic. And Mr. Sir, White. What's your name, sir?
Okay.
Yes, sir. All that beautiful white hair, like you got all red. So can you come just for mic too and let us know who he is? I appreciate it, sir.
Girl.
Hi, my name is Jewel. I am from Normandy, but I live in Chicago. And I'm here because my godfather, Greg, invited me here.
All right.
I just seen me when I was a girl, because I grew up in these spaces. I've been gone for maybe 25 years, but I grew up in these spaces. So you might have seen me when I was.
That's I thought I just seen you. You live in Chicago now?
I do.
Kabula, you got a recruiter.
Uhuru.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Oh, hold on, I gotta take my time, because you get older, your body don't look like you used to.
Conrad visitor, you need to be here every week, cause I heard your commentations and yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Deandra and I'm from, I guess, everywhere. I stay out in Dalewood and these are my grandchildren here. I have all right. All over the place. This here is my play sister and I said.
All right. Come on up, play sister.
She said she come up here next time. Mr. Sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, we're gonna move on to the announcements.
Thank you.
No, one more. He coming.
Okay.
One more. Wait, Solomon's here?
No, I
Can you speak on mic?
My name is Brother James,
Let's James.
and I'll be 75 years old in October 16th. And I'm working on the assignment now that hopefully I'll be done with before I reach 80. But what I've done if I'm not done before I'm 80, then I'm leaving and going to Africa.
All right. Uhuru, going home.
I kind of like, I really believe that, Martin Luther King had enough vision.
They did.
Yeah.
And that vision was integrating into a burning house.
I've never been politically involved. I was a street person. And I lived my life in the street. I was basically a contrarian. I didn't care nothing about America except America that I lived in, and that was the black community.
Right, right.
So I look at where we at today. And I was talking to a brother the other day, and we were having this conversation. And he said that Donald Trump was the worst president that we had. So I said Donald Trump is a product of the United States of America.
Yep.
See, America produced Donald Trump. America, 50% put him in the White House. And that is just the most, just the most. I wouldn't follow him around the clock. I need a people to come in my house. He ain't never told a joke that I can laugh at. And when he do the Black Power sign, it looks stupid to me. And when he try to dance, it's the same thing. And I think Quincy Jones said it best. And maybe somebody in this audience can understand what I'm saying. They asked Quincy Jones, what did he think about Donald Trump? He said, Donald Trump is a poop butt. And what that means is, he's a nobody. He's a nobody that tries to hang with the somebody. But can't hang because he don't have anything to offer. Right.
Yep.
The only thing that he has to offer is to ignorant people. You would have to be ignorant to believe anything that he said. You have to be totally ignorant. That's right. You would have to be, living in an alternate world. And believe in an alternate situation. You would have to be somebody that believes in white supremacy. So that means you be easy to believe a lie.
Right, right. And just to piggyback on that one sentence little statement is, you can be somebody that believe Donald Trump is a poop butt, and you'll be able to use his poop buttedness to get what you want. And that's why anyway. I'm going to go do our announcements so we can feed you. The African People's Education and Defense Fund is hiring for the Black Power Blueprint Community Garden. If you know something about gardening and the Master Gardener, Project Director, Recruitment and Outreach, this is who you contact at tinyurl.com, APDEF Garden Application, okay? If you can feel that, hey, we got you a job. The garden includes the Gary Brooks Community Garden and the Shambhala La Uhuru Freedom Farm. Uhuru? This is also Uhuru Bakery and Cafe, home of the Uhuru Food and Pies. It should be home of the good food, okay? Good fresh fruit.
Yeah.
The Uhuru Bakery will be hiring. If you are interested, email STL@uhurufoods.org. We're looking for baker, head cook, prep staff, and service staff. Uhuru. Look, y'all, we're gonna eat. We're gonna eat. Announce, okay. Don't antagonize, organize. Agonize, sorry. Black is Back Coalition for Social Justice, Peace, and Reparations, 17th. Now, 17th annual conference. Dillard University Center for Racial Justice, 2601 Gentilly Boulevard. That's in New Orleans, Louisiana. Comrade, be there. I'm gonna tell you, it's from, go back. It is from 9 to 4 Saturday and 10 to 5 Sunday. That is, what is my date? August 23rd through the 24th, 2025 in New Orleans. To register, you go to blackisbackcoalition.org. All right, you got to be there. Start saving your $10, $20 every other day so you can make sure you get there. And if you need some assistance, give us a call and we may be able to,
We're looking to organize transportation, organize a bus or a caravan to get there.
We're looking to take some people, okay, to organize. Get a bus, caravan. We're gonna organize you there, okay? The Burning Spear. Get your copy today, or you can get a bundle at the burningspear.store. Subscription is theburningspear.com/subscribe. This is $1 paper, and it is worth $1 million, okay? The Burning Spear has been in publication for the past 60 years or more. It is written by us, printed by us, and it is for us, so we will know the truth. Next. International People Democratic Uhuru Movement is, like I said, our ground organization that you can get studies on every Thursday at the and learn the RNDP every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time, and you register at tinyurl.com/RNDP studies. Or you can check it out on Facebook at facebook.com/InPDUM. This is a study. If you don't know, you will know when you leave here. Okay? Next. Caribou. That is called Feast. And that is what we do every Sunday after the Sunday rally. We sit and we communicate and we share great food. Today, we have vegan options too. All right. Comrades, guess what? It is time for us to caramel. All right. Uhuru. Kumba, is the meeting adjourned? The meeting is adjourned. Let's eat. Uhuru come. Oh, how much? Let's eat. How much? How much? Resources. Ikinge. Resources.
I don't know if we did anything.
Okay.
75.
Okay. Did anybody do anything online for the donations for 10? 10? Oh, 5.